Hello everyone. Hope you are doing well. This is Chitra Tejwani. I'm chartered accountant by qualification and diploma in IFRS. So before starting for today's topic, I would like to take a moment and say thank you to CA Vivek Khurana, CA Sansar and its committee members for providing me an opportunity to give an overview on IFRS 16, which is lease accounting. So, the main advantage of going for lease is that a lessee does not have to pay upfront cash for buying a large capital expenditure. Also, the rate of interest at which the lease amount is calculated may be cheaper than the borrowing fund rate. So let us understand what is the scope and applicability of IFRS 16 lease accounting. So lease accounting is applicable for all arrangement that fulfills the definition of lease, except there are a few exceptions where IFRS 16 is not applicable. For example, lease to explore for you or use of mineral, oil, natural gas, or similar non-productive resources where specific IFRS 6 is set forth. Also, we have IFRS 41, which is related to biological assets such as plants and animals. Also, there is service concession arrangement. For that, we don't have any specific IFRS. However, we have IFRIC 12, where the standard has provided an explanation of accounting purposes. Service concession arrangement is nothing but a government where government enters into a contract with private sector to provide an infrastructure services to construct a road, bridge, or airport, such kind of services. uh, License of intellectual property, where we have IFRS 615, and that provides the accounting guidance for recognition of revenue and expense. There is right held by lessee related to items as motion film, picture film, video recording, etc. For that, we have IAS 38. So let's understand the definition of lease. Lease is nothing but a contract between lessor and lessee that contains where lessee contains a right to control the use of an identified asset for a specific period of time in exchange of consideration. In our example, the lessor is providing a control right to control of a lease asset which is struck to a lessee for a specified period of time, and lessee in exchange he is providing a consideration to a lessor. So now let us understand the terms which are highlighted here. What does the contract mean? Contracts is an enforceable agreement where two parties enters into a agreement to provide certain services in exchange of consideration. Now, let us understand what is the identified asset. Ident- uh, uh, Lease will be applicable only if it is related to identified asset. So, identified asset can be explicitly mentioned in the contract, or it can be implicitly specified at the inception of agreement when lessee is getting the lease asset for use. Lessee does if in that case lessor should not have a substantive right to substitute the asset for an alternative asset. So if I am providing a truck to lessee, then I should not substitute that truck with any other asset, for example mono truck or car or something else. So it should be specified in the contract. So let us understand what is the right to control. So a lessee should have the control over the asset, then only the lease accounting will be applicable. So to identify whether lessee has a control for the asset, he should own the he should get the economic benefit out of those assets from the use of those asset, and he should have right to direct the use of an asset, then only lease accounting will be applicable. Going further, to understand what is the economic benefit. So, lessee should get all the substantial economic benefit from the use of that specified asset. For example, if any property is if I'm giving any property on lease, then lessee should get from the use of that get benefit from the use of that property. If I am getting any tax credit of that property, then there is no incompliance of use of that asset. And such economic benefit should include both primary output as well as byproduct generated from the use of this asset. So, how to identify the right to direct the use? So, lessee should has all the right how that asset has to be used and for what purpose that asset should be used and when it has to be used and where that asset has to be used. All the right should be with the lessee, and lessee should not have any right to substitute these. Also, that this decision making is relevant when there is an because this will affect the economic benefit from the use of an asset. Going further, let us understand what is a lease term. Lease term is the inclusive of all these four items that includes a non-cancelable period. If in the agreement we have mentioned that for any specified time, lessee cannot terminate the contract, that will be a part of our lease term. Rent-free period, any initially if we have lesser has provided any rent free period, that will be considered in lease term. Optional renewable period, that is something extended period where lessee has a option to extend the lease term, and it is certain that lessee will extend the period, that will be a part of our lease term. Further, period after the optional termination period, where lessee it is certain that lessee will not terminate the contract or during the optional termination period. So these all four together will part of to calculate will become a part of lease term, and we have to include all these four items while calculating the lease term. So going further, there are few exemptions where lease accounting is not applicable, and lessee can account for these items on straight line basis in P&L. So there is a short-term agreement. So short-term agreement is basically not defined anywhere in the IFRS. However, it is assumed that short-term means less than 12 months, and in that lessee does not have any option to purchase the asset. And there's a low value asset, and low value asset meaning less than 5k USD usually. And also lessee does not have a right to sublease or expect to sublease that asset. And if that condition fulfills, lessee can recognize the lease expenses on SLM basis in P&L. So, so thank you very much. If you have any question, you can reach out to us directly at my email, given email ID, or you can provide a question in your comment box. Also, if you like this session, please like and subscribe. Thank you.